In our next video, a Chinese woman falls into a sinkhole. Let's watch. Talking on her cell phone.
Washington! Gone. Gone.
Oof.
Okay, now, that's obviously unfortunate, and hence the reason that we have to watch it over and over. And so this, she's in a hole, man. She's not playing, okay? She's not just like, she's gone, okay? And a taxi driver came by, and at first she didn't respond. She was, you know, down the hole, and it was a 19-foot hole.
Yeah.
So it was serious, right? And now the only reason we're still kidding around about it is because she's all right.
She is all right. The taxi driver found a ladder, put the ladder down there, and she was able to climb up, and she's okay.
Right.
However, you know, in reading about this story, I learned about a 27-year-old woman who fell into like a hole that had boiling water in it on the sidewalk, and she died as a result of that because she had severe burns all throughout her body, 99% of her body. So I don't know what's going on in China. This other story is also from China. They obviously need to mark their construction zones a little better.
Okay, so let's get serious about this story for a second. This is why you need regulations. Because, you know, if you have regulations that say, hey, you know what, a sidewalk has to meet X requirement and Y requirement, there's a reason for that. So it could be safe, so that people don't fall 19 feet and sometimes into a vat of boiling water. And that's why the government has a role to play, to make sure people are safe. And that's why, honestly, like, when I came to this country, I had a different impression of the U.S. than I did of Turkey, right? Because in Turkey, you know, walking down the sidewalk, at least back when I was there in 1978, I was like, you better be careful because you could fall through at any time, and here's who you're going to be able to sue. No one. Okay, what are you going to be like? Oh, Ahmed, you did the sidewalk wrong? No way, okay? But in the U.S., I had this extreme confidence. Like, in fact, when I saw potholes in the road, I wouldn't believe they were potholes. I'm like, it's the U.S. You know, if you fall into a pothole and you break your leg or something, one of my next-door neighbors, his grandmother got like $1 million, right?
Wow.
And that's why everybody was like, oh, my God, no potholes back in the day. Now things are falling apart, right? And make sure that when you walk in the sidewalk in New York, you don't fall into a sinkhole, etc. That's why we had confidence. Now, these days, the infrastructure is falling apart. They're trying to make sure nobody can sue for anything, you know, taking away class action lawsuits, etc., etc. So that kind of, you know, disaster might await us sometime soon here in the U.S. as well.
And 19 feet is a long way to fall. So
yeah.
I'm so happy that she survived and isn't suffering any major injuries as a result.